Hello, twisted humans.
Do you find yourself wanting to know more about the latest murder, conspiracy, cult, or haunting?
Then this is the podcast for you. I'm Alicia.
And I'm Sierra, and this is Twisted and Uncorked. Hello and welcome to episode 73. We are in the first days of July in the real world, but in your world, in the present, for you, July's almost over.
Yeah, that's insane. Makes me sad, and we're not even physically there yet.
Oh man, the summer is almost over.
It's horseshit. And your stormy ass weather is now over here, so thanks a lot for that.
I mean, it just keeps happening every day. It's keeping the temperature down-ish. No, it's not. The UV rays were at 11 on a scale of 1 to 10 today. I don't know how that's possible, but that's what my app said. So
Sierra should have burst into flames, is what she's trying to say.
My skin should have burned off. My pupils should have been gone. They kind of were. I left the house without my sunglasses, and I was like, this was an awful mistake. I had to,
my God. My eyes are watering.
Eyeballs.
I can't deal with eye stuff.
It hurts.
Don't you dare. Ugh. Yeah, no kidding. Wear your sunglasses, guys, especially if you have light eyes. My mom gives me shit all the time because I have blue eyes and I wear cheap-ass sunglasses all the time. And she's like, that's not doing anything. You're going to go blind one day. I'm like, oh. I also can't afford expensive sunglasses, so I don't know what you want me to do with that.
I bought my sunglasses at Walmart. Is that a problem? They look good. Actually, I think it was Target.
They should say like UV protection and polarized on them.
They do.
They're like extra protective.
I don't know if it's real, but they do say that. Like they might be lying. They're still like $20.
That's how much mine were.
Yeah. They might be lying.
Mine didn't say either of those things, so.
Yeah. Well, $20 here gets me a little farther than $20 there, so.
True. That is a true
There's
story.
that.
Yeah, they just stuck the sticker on it. They're like, this will sell them.
Right?
Well,
hey, if my eyeballs go bad, false advertising, right? I'll sue Walmart or Target.
You can sue wherever you bought these sunglasses. Exactly. And then you won't have to worry about seeing because you can pay somebody to see for you. There you go.
Oh, that's sad. I did not like that. Anyway, you have a fun fact for this episode? Bring it back up.
That should be my fun fact. I do have a fun fact for you. So, me and Kevin went camping this weekend, and we went up to my mom and dad's property, and it was a 5-hour drive through the mountains. It was really pretty. I don't know if anybody saw that on my stories. So, every time we went through a tunnel through this, like, particular part of the canyons, Kevin would tell me to hold my breath, and I was like, I've heard that on car rides, but I've never understood why. So, holding your breath in a tunnel is supposedly for good luck. If you hold your breath while driving through a tunnel and you can make it the entire tunnel without breathing, you can make a wish at the end, and supposedly your wish will come true. However, I didn't know that at the time, so me and Kevin held our breath like 18 times within a 2-hour span. I made no wishes, so now I feel gypped. But
wow, that's interesting. I did not know that about tunnels either. My parents used to, every time we drove through a tunnel, lay on the horn the whole way through, just like beep,
that's
the
a
whole
weird
tunnel.
one.
It's awesome.
Is
like
that
as a kid, I was like, yeah,
because it's loud.
Yes, it's echoey. But the breath holding thing
for that.
I don't know. The breath holding thing we used to do when we drive past cemeteries. Mm-hmm. Out of respect for the dead. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And there was this one cemetery, Spring Grove Cemetery in Cincinnati. It's so freaking big to go around, and I could never hold my breath around the whole
I'm
thing.
sorry, dead people. Yes, I have respect for you.
Every time I would apologize.
I'm
like, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
That's the cutest thing I've ever heard.
Oh my goodness.
I don't blame you. I'd be apologizing too.
Yeah.
I also heard in that tale about graveyards is that, like, so that your, like, spirit doesn't get, like, taken. Like, that's why you hold your breath. On a creepier note.
Creepy.
Yeah. What's your fun fact?
My fun fact is just gonna tell you about my bracelets that I just got.
Oh, yeah. I saw them on your Instagram. They're beautiful.
Yeah, so I got 3 new bracelets.
Beautiful.
And I have a...
Watch on YouTube, guys, if you would like to see these.
Yeah, or check
go
out my
follow
Instagram.
Sierra. Yeah.
Yes. So I have this app called Rock Identifier. Mm-hmm. You have that too, right? Is that the one you have? Okay, yeah. So obviously I identified my rocks and found out what my bracelets meant, and I've been wearing them, and they've been super helpful. That too.
Yeah.
Super
that was
helpful.
A Freudian slip.
Yeah. I just feel like this combination is good to share with people.
Okay.
So my black one is black onyx, and when I looked it up, I found that it is good for strength, emotional support, grounding, it protects against energy vampires, and it promotes self-care and boundaries.
Ooh.
So, like, get out of my fucking face. This is me being happy. That's this bracelet. And then I have amethyst, which I've always had or slept near. I like that these ones are like rough crystals, though. Like, they're not beads. I don't like the bead ones as much. But the amethyst is for calming, peace of mind. And then, it improves communication and inner guidance and acceptance to the divine. So that's why I like to sleep with it, so I can have prophetic dreams.
I like that.
And then the moss agate I got also, and this one is for abundance, crop growth, wealth, strength, concentration, detox, and purification. So basically it is for, it's good for your wallet and it's good for your body. Helps you grow and be strong and also make some money. So as a, human, really, today, I feel like all three of these are super helpful to my brain.
I like it. Did you just pick them because you liked them, or did you scan them and know what they were before you bought them?
The amethyst I bought because I knew what it was. The other two, I just liked them. And then I came home and saw what they were and was like, that's why you trust your gut. They're perfect.
I feel like crystals kind of call to you in a way, too. I always feel like that when I go in a store, and if I pick it up and it doesn't feel right, I'm like, man, not for me.
Yeah. I love them. They're
I
super
noticed
cool.
that your son does that, too, and it's very cute.
Oh, yeah. He loves crystals.
Love it. Now let's talk about this
sangria?
Our smoothie bowl, our alcoholic smoothie bowl.
That's not what this is. Our sangria today, the recipe was for a peach margarita. And I chose this minus the tequila and add in the wine. The
rosé from last week.
Prophet?
Yes. Prophecy.
Okay, yeah. The Prophecy rosé. It's pureed peaches with the Prophecy. I did put what's that stuff called?
Lime
triple
juice?
sec.
Oh.
No, I did put triple sec in mine. And agave syrup. I was out of lime juice, which sucks because I feel like this is really good, but it would be better with the lime juice. What did you think of it?
I love it. It's delightful. I went on a hunt for peaches today. I could not find fresh peaches. I could not find frozen peaches. And then I was like, what the fuck? Did everybody buy everything? So I had to get canned peaches. As a result, I did not add simple syrup or agave because they already kind of do that with canned peaches to make it preserve. So it's really good. I only had a little bit of lime juice left, only about half of what the recipe called for, but I love it.
Yeah.
It's so tasty.
I made my one drink that you'll see on TikTok, obviously, as, instructions on TikTok. And then I still had more peach puree left over, so I did this one, just the peach puree and wine, like half and half, and it's also just as good. My one issue I have with this recipe is that I wish the peaches were frozen because I feel like it's thick enough to be smoothie-esque, but I don't want to put ice in it, and it's not cold enough. So if the peaches were frozen, I think it would be better.
Yeah, mine were definitely straight from my car from my lunch break, so they were warm.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually peeled and cut my peaches and put them in the fridge for a while to, let them sit. And I didn't freeze them. I wish I would have. But they were cold, and They just, fruit doesn't stay cold that long.
Apparently not. Not in Alabama, I guess.
Oh,
I'm
God,
so
no.
excited to try southern peaches when I come and visit you.
They're so good. I was like, while I was peeling them, I was like licking my fingers. It was delicious.
I imagine peeling peaches is not an easy task. Because the skin
I
is
have
so
a peeler,
soft. I've
like a
never done
potato
it.
peeler.
Yeah. Do you not like the skin?
Oh, I do. It's just for the recipe it said to peel them, so I just did what it said.
What would we rate this sangria, this delicious smoothie you've chosen for us?
I think I'm gonna go with a 9. And I want to say a 9.5 especially because my peaches are fresh and freaking delicious.
Yeah, I'm really
But
jealous.
I don't like that it's not cold, and also I wish I had the lime juice. If you add the lime juice and use frozen peaches, I would definitely do 9.5. But I'm gonna stick with a 9.
I'm going to do the same.
Maybe we'll try that one again in October and pretend it's pumpkin.
Why
I mean,
not?
when you're here,
Yeah.
so that you can taste it.
We can have witchy beverages. Why not? Mm-hmm. They're orange. It still counts. It doesn't have to be a pumpkin.
That's right. All right, so today is my special topic episode, but before we get into that, we are going to hear a quick promo from Sips of Crime. Just so y'all know, this promo is something that we choose to do. This is not a commercial. They did not pay for this. We just love helping other people out, and if you don't want to listen to it, then you can press the skip 30 like twice. Anyway, here it is. All right, so today's topic is woods, right? We did a woods story last week. Today we're doing woods again. One listener specifically suggested looking into some missing 411 cases, since they happen in the wilderness, usually in the woods. That was the plan.
Oh, God.
But then I fell down a rabbit hole. And so today I'm going to cover, like, the basic gist of what missing 411 is, and then talk about some of the many cases that are included.
Oh, gosh. Like a little shallow dive. I like it.
Yes. So for those who don't know / don't remember, because Alicia did a little bit of missing 411 stuff in, what was it, episode 21?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Missing 411 is a book. It's a book series written by David Paulides.
Incredible book.
There's friggin' a ton of them. Like, so many of them. There are also at least 2 documentaries about it. One that is just called Missing 411, and the other one is called Missing 411 The Hunted. I watched both.
I don't enjoy that title.
Right? I think it's pretty obvious how I fell down this rabbit hole watching all these documentaries. But
Yeah, it's like the creme de la creme of missing persons and or stalking stories. It's like true crime lovers crack. Which is terrible because these people went through a significant amount of stress and anxiety and possible death. So, I mean, yeah, definitely rest in peace / we love all of those people and sending love and light, but very interesting.
Definitely. So let's talk about who David Paulides is. Allegedly, because I don't want to piss him off. He spent about 20 years in law enforcement in California from like the 80s to the 2000s. After he retired, he never really stopped working. He just became a sleuthing investigator like we all strive to be. And then he started writing books that he self-published on his findings. His first book was about Bigfoot. Maybe being a police officer all those years put him off his rocker and turned him into a weird conspiracy nut. Or maybe he has information that we all wish we had. Information that the government doesn't usually share with civilians because they don't want us to freak out.
Yep.
According to an article by Lachlan McClelland on the Historic Mysteries website, the name Missing 411 is likely derived from the computer term 411 that, quote, refers to data that cannot be found or a corrupted link, end quote. It could also be derived from the phone number 411 that you would call to get information back in the day.
Oh. Isn't that also like the 911 in one country?
I don't know.
I thought it was for some reason.
411? I don't know.
Any of our international listeners, let us know.
I'm pretty sure 111 is, or 999. or something in another country. I don't know. There's a lot of fucking countries, so it could be. So in either context, missing 411 suggests that a person has disappeared and that the information needed to solve that disappearance is missing. Missing information. David Paulides put it plainly by saying that all of these cases he included in his research happened in, quote, very unusual but very similar circumstances. To dive a little deeper into their circumstances, David Paulides put together a list of characteristics recently. This list can be found on the documentary Missing 411 The Hunted, but I'm also just going to share it with you. So missing 411 cases meet multiple or sometimes even all of the following characteristics. The victim who disappears makes a decision to leave their group right before. So they are not left from the group, they do the leaving. They walk away. The disappearance happens in the mid to late afternoon. There is granite or rock formations, like mountains, nearby. There is a body of water nearby. There is a weather event that happens during the disappearance or right before the search team comes in. Oh. Usually a weird foggy mist or a heavy rainstorm or a heavy snowstorm. This characteristic could sometimes be the reason for the next one, and that is when canine search teams are brought out, the dogs cannot catch a scent or can't follow it in any known direction.
That's so scary.
I know.
It's like they vanish.
Exactly.
Ugh, like somebody poofed them. What did you cover that was like they literally like were blooped out of
Blooped?
Yeah, no!
Don't worry. I'll get to it.
You'll get to the blooping.
I will get to the blooping as well as past things that we've covered that I'm like, all of these cases, these people have been blooped. So.
Everything comes together full circle in 73 episodes, guys. You're welcome.
Another characteristic is the victim usually has some sort of disability, ranging from hearing loss in one ear to being on the autism spectrum or even mental health disorders. There are usually multiple disappearances in one area that David Paulides calls a geographical cluster. The clusters could range from 3 people missing to 70 people missing.
Oh my God.
In one area. The victims, if found, are usually found in an area that was already extensively searched multiple times, like they were placed there later.
Right. They blooped back.
Yeah. They are usually found, if found, with their clothes missing or taken off. And if they're found, the cause of death is unknown.
Ugh.
David Paulides has never come out to say that he believes that there is one definitive answer to what is causing these people in missing 411 cases to go disappear. Whoops, I didn't proofread that paragraph.
It was me last week. What did I write?
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
But there is a sort of understanding among interested peoples that something or many things unknown is causing this phenomenon.
Ooh.
They don't think it's just a coincidence that so many people have gone missing under these same circumstances. So before I get into the cases, I do need to point out that it has been brought to many people's attention, allegedly, that sometimes David Paulides likes to force a story into this category after it's already been debunked. Like when the family admits that there was a mental health issue, or when it's clearly an animal attack. But we are going to today get into a few cases that legitimately are unknown and unsolved, and talk about the conspiracies related to them.
I'm so excited.
On July 10th, 2015, Jessica, her spouse Dior, and their 2-year-old son Dior Jr. went camping with Jessica's grandfather, Robert, and his friend Isaac in the Rocky Mountains of Idaho. Around 2:40 p.m., Mom and Dad went down to the water, asked little Dior if he wanted to stay with Grandpa at the campsite or if he wanted to come with them to the water. He said he wanted to stay, so they watched him walk up to the camper while they walked down to the water. Grandpa's friend was already at another spot at the water. 10 minutes later, When Mom and Dad headed back towards the campsite, Dior was missing, and they called the police immediately. Mom and Dad thought he was with Grandpa. Grandpa thought he was with Mom and Dad. Playing devil's advocate, there are many people who suspect the family of foul play in this missing situation. Some people said Jessica never wanted kids, though she does have 2 other kids with an ex that she has partial custody of, so that doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Other people say it was probably an accident that they covered up, and they know more than they're telling because they wouldn't take a polygraph.
Huh. That doesn't mean anything.
Right. The family also hired a private investigator who eventually went to the media and said that he believes that they had something to do with it too. But then they obviously fired him and even tried to sue him for defamation. There's also suspicion about Grandpa's friend Isaac, who had a sex charge in the past, but it was domestic against a spouse, not a child. So, in the end, what makes this case so weird is that no trace of Dior Jr. was ever found. This happened in 2015. Still, to this day, no one knows anything. Searches were done by horse, by ATV, and by drone of the land and the water. Not a single thing was found. Dogs came out and couldn't find a scent of Dior Jr. anywhere. And his family specifically mentioned his shoes. They're like little cowboy boots.
Oh, that's so precious.
They said that they always fell off of him in the car or if he was running too hard. So if he had fallen or been taken by animal, the shoes would have likely been found. And it was unlikely that a human took him because if they were on foot, they would have been seen, and if they were in the car, there was only one road to and from the campsite, so they would have driven by everyone there. Also, one more thing in favor of the family not being involved is that Grandpa is now deceased, died in 2019, and Mom and Dad are now divorced. If it was an accident and a cover-up, this is the perfect environment to, come clean and blame it on someone else. Them not doing that makes me think that they really have no clue what happened.
Oh, that's really sad, though. And it makes you wonder if, that was the reason they got divorced. Because I know losing a child is, so stressful on a marriage or relationship. Ugh, my heart.
I know. Another similar case in the Smoky Mountains National Park is the 1969 disappearance of 6-year-old Dennis Martin. Dennis was 6 and was going camping with his brother, dad, and grandfather. His dad was watching him as he played hide and seek with some other kids around the campsite. His dad knew exactly which tree Dennis was hiding behind. But when the other players gave up and Dennis didn't come out from behind the tree, his father went looking for him and he was gone.
Oh my God.
Vanished.
Ugh.
To date, this sparked the largest search effort in national park history, and yet nothing was found. 240 people, including Park Service crew, college students, Boy Scouts, police, and first responders, all aided in looking for Dennis. When Dennis wasn't found by his birthday a few days later, even more searchers came in. 800 on his birthday, 1,400 the next day. Why would nothing at all be found after over 50 years?
Yeah, that's insane.
To play devil's advocate again, there was a storm that night that he went missing, so the evidence could have been washed away. Also, not all those volunteers necessarily knew what they were doing, so they could have accidentally destroyed or looked over evidence. So, we don't know. Just a mystery.
Huh.
For a lot of people, it's easier to explain away a missing child as the parents must have done something or weren't watching their kid closely enough. But then we get into missing adults. On November 15th, 2015, Tom Messick, an 82-year-old ex-paratrooper and experienced hunter, went out with 3 other men on a camping trip in the woods of Brant Lake in New York. The men often hunted together and had a pretty good routine. 1 or 2 of them would stand very still with their rifles in the ready position while the others would walk around the woods in a set path in order to scare any deer to go towards the armed hunter. Tom was the armed hunter this day. He had a rifle and a walkie-talkie, and he left from the group to his standstill location while the other three started walking their path. The men started hunting at about 10 a.m., but as lunchtime came and passed, the men realized that there was absolutely no wildlife in the woods on this day. They didn't hear a thing, not even insects.
That's so eerie.
Yeah. They called on the walkie-talkie for Tom to come back out and that they'd try again tomorrow, but they didn't get a response. So they walked to where they knew he was supposed to be standing. He wasn't there. They checked at their cars as well. He was just gone.
I don't know what to do with that information.
I know. The search for Tom Messick began at about 4:30 p.m. and they looked until nightfall at 7 p.m. At this point, they called in for professional search help and sat at their cars honking their horn to draw Tom towards the noise in case he was lost. The extensive search for Tom happened first thing the next morning with heavy rain rolling in. More than 300 searchers, including park rangers, canines, divers, and helicopters, aided in the search, but nothing was ever found, not even his rifle or walkie-talkie. Adding to the weirdness in this case, the FBI showed up after a few days of searching. This was weird because the FBI is a federal division. They don't usually aid in missing adult cases unless it's a kidnapping case, which would be federal, or if foul play is believed to be involved, and the crime or criminal cross state lines. In this case, none of that was believed by police. Tom's wife spoke with the FBI, and she said, quote, "The FBI told me something isn't right with this case, but they don't know what. They won't share any theories if they have them. The FBI said until they make a discovery, they're never going to know." End quote.
Oh my gosh.
In this same area, a man named Fred Drum took a walk on his own property just 9 days after Tom's disappearance. Fred, like Tom, never returned, and not a sign of him was ever discovered. And then at the Yosemite National Park, there is a cluster of similar cases. Jeff Estes in 1976, Timothy Barnes in 1988, and Stacey Aris in 1981 all went missing in the same part of the park. Jeff Estes and Timothy Barnes were experienced hikers who, in separate years, never came back from their hikes. Neither of their belongings or bodies have ever been found, even after extensive searches in the week after they were reported missing by friends who expected them back from the trails. Stacey Aris was a 14-year-old girl who was with a group of people, including her father, when she went missing. She walked down to the bottom of a trail with one of the men on the trip with her to take some pictures. The man she went with was elderly and had to take a seat at the bottom of the trail as his legs were hurting him. Aww. And another member of the group watched as the man took a seat and Stacey started taking pictures. The group member looked away for a minute, and when they looked back, the girl was gone, and the old man was still sitting and peering out in another direction.
Ew.
After an extensive search that included dogs, only Stacey's camera lens was ever found. In Pike National Forest in 1981, the same year Stacey Aris disappeared.
Did you say Pike National Forest?
Yes.
Oh, no. Okay. That's my old last name.
Yeah.
My birth last name. Oh, God.
In the same year that Stacey Aris disappeared, a man named Maurice Gordon Dametz had a very similar disappearance. He, 83 and not able to walk well on his own, was with a friend hunting for topaz and collecting rocks when he sat down to get a bit of rest. His friend, just 50 yards away, watched him sit down, looked away to pick up some rocks, and looked back to see that Maurice had vanished. He nor his belongings were ever found.
No.
In all of the incidents that I just described, the main theory is usually that they fell into a cave or a crevice, or maybe aliens abducted them.
It's
what else
aliens.
could it be? They're just fucking gone. Like, they blooped. They vanished.
Ugh.
Just disappeared. But sometimes the bodies are found. In another case of a missing child in the mountains, 3-year-old Jared Adadero and his sister were given permission from their dad to go on a hike at a national park in Colorado with some trusted adults.
Okay.
During the hike, though, Jared, a little 3-year-old, ran off into the woods, off the path.
No.
Helicopters, dogs, and professionals searched for the missing boy for weeks, up and down the mountain and trails, but nothing was ever found. Years later, in a place that had already been searched multiple times, a child-sized skull cap, just the top part, just the skull cap, and one tooth were found sitting on top of a log on the mountain, like they were placed
so there. Fucking eerie. No.
Yes.
I literally have goosebumps.
Yeah.
Ugh.
The boy's clothes and shoes were also found laid out in the same area. Ick. This area, by the way, was many miles up the side of a mountain. Not an area that had a trail. An area that you'd basically have to scale the cliff.
Yeah, so there's
to
no
get up
way.
to. Mm-hmm. It would have been almost impossible for a 3-year-old to get up there on his own.
What the fuck?
So, the running theory immediately was that an animal had dragged him up there. But his shoes were up there, meaning they didn't fall off during the dragging, and they had no drag marks on them. Also, his shirt was inside out, but not torn like an animal would do to get to, the meat of the victim.
Yeah.
It was as if someone took off his shirt. His pants, too, were not ripped. They weren't whole. Half of them were missing, but the thread was all over the ground, so it seemed pretty obvious that they were whole at one point before rodents started pulling at the thread for nesting.
Oh, God. Why did...
There was also no blood. Or, on anything. Not on his shirt, not on his shoes, not on his pants. No animal blood and no human blood. To this day, there is no known cause of death for Jared.
No.
Back at that Yosemite cluster, a few cases there did have bodies turn up. An employee of the park, John Belvins Cogdell, who was off duty at the time, went missing from the same area that Stacy, Jeff, and Timothy did, but John went missing in 2018. The next day, his body was found, but the park refused to give the location of where the body was found or what condition it was in. And then a few days after that, another experienced hiker and veteran, Scott Tenzar, was also found deceased at Yosemite. In both cases, there are still no details to reveal what happened to the men, what their cause of death was, or even where exactly they were found.
What?
We only know that they were last seen in the same area as the other 3 from years earlier. Usually, the theory behind these instances, when the bodies do turn up, is either animal attack, more specifically, cryptid attack, like Bigfoot.
Oh.
This was actually brought up in the case of the little boy who was playing hide and seek that we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
There was one witness who came forward named Harold Key, who said that he was camping near that area 7 miles away. He said that on the day that the little boy went missing, he heard a scream. And then not long after, he saw an unkempt-looking bear man carrying something over his shoulders.
Oh, no, I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like the bear man part or what you just described. Just to clarify.
This theory is also used to help explain why the FBI keeps getting involved in missing adult cases. In the documentary Missing 411 The Hunted, one man said, quote, "We have found reports dating back to the 1960s showing the FBI has monitored numerous missing persons cases that are eerily similar to the Thomas Messick case." End quote.
Okay.
So, does the government know what is happening?
They tried to hide aliens from us for however long, so.
Are they watching closely so that other people don't find out? Also, why is the national park so secretive about it?
Right.
The police seem more concerned and confused than the FBI or the National Park Service. Like, the police are out of the loop on this.
Yeah, that's crazy to me.
Mm-hmm. So, is it like confidential information on a need-to-know basis and only federal level need to know? Because National Park is federal.
Is it?
It is.
I didn't know that.
It's a federal employee national park. Yep. Huh. Also, in that documentary, there is an audio and video recording from an old camcorder.
Oh, God, are you going to share this with me?
I'm not. You can go watch it if you want to. It's on Tubi. It's free to watch. But I am going to explain it to you.
Okay. I'm not ready. Last time you showed me an audio video recording, I cried uncontrollably.
You would probably cry at this. It's creepy.
God damn it.
So it's 3 men who went hunting in the woods in the 70s. They were hearing noises that didn't resemble any animal noises they had ever heard before, so they started recording it. The video is played on the documentary, and many people say it cannot be debunked. No one knows what is making the noise, but based on the pitch, it's a creature that is close to or more than 8 feet tall.
Oh my God.
Those same men who went on that hunting trip, though, also said they remember seeing giant balls of light in the skies that looked like the moon moving around. And they also once saw a long beam of light, like in the shape of a lightsaber, moving through the forest.
Okay.
And heard noises that sounded like a tuning fork, or another noise that sounded like all their pots and pans were being moved around, but then when they went to check on it, it was all in its same place.
Ew, what?
So, alien abductions and ghostly spirits leading people into the spirit realm are also theories.
What?
Like, yeah, some people think that, like, Native American spirits are like, get the fuck off my land, I will take you right to your death.
Maybe.
Yeah, I can see it.
They're just, like, running around in the woods trying to freak you the fuck out?
Well, they're disappearing you.
Well,
they're blooping you into the spirit realm. You're dead now.
Yeah.
Even if you don't know how you died, you're dead. There's literally an endless number of theories if you scroll through Reddit. Some say it could be a serial killer or multiple serial killers who hang out in the woods specifically. I've seen some people mention theories about cannibals that live off the land, like in The Hills Have Eyes.
No!
Like creatures that are technically human but also hunt humans.
Ugh. No.
Or
no, thank you.
Maybe giants. Which might sound crazy, but I've learned some crazy things in my anthropology classes.
I
including
believe that
archaeologists
finding
giant humanoid bones.
Why can't giants
or at least
be a thing?
were at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because everyone's like, well, where are they hiding? We would see them. You don't know.
You don't know.
Yeah. It could also be a dimensional thing, like in the show Debris, that all of you need to go and fucking watch already because it's amazing.
What is it on?
I think Prime. I could be wrong, though.
Debris?
Uh-huh. Debris.
What's it about?
It's like...
No, I gotta know.
It's like the X-Files, except new.
Okay.
It's a new show.
Okay.
It's like Alien-esque.
Ooh, okay, I'm in.
Yeah. Or maybe it's like a glitch in the Matrix or a simulation. These people are just getting deleted. In another dimension, if they're like somewhere else, maybe they can even see us and just can't reach us.
Yeah.
Or maybe the Earth is just pissed and it's swallowing people. Like, like caves, but they're not there until no one's around, and then it opens up and closes again after it takes you.
Oh my God, have you seen the movie, I think it's The Happening? Hold on. Yeah, The Happening. With Mark Wahlberg in it, where the...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, in that, humans are taking each other out. It's because the Earth is mad, so, I mean...
Yeah.
Not unheard of.
Exactly.
That movie is fucking so terrifying. If you guys have never seen it, go check it
The scary truth here is that literally all of these theories can be true at the same time. Yep. Because there is nothing ruling any of them out. And all of these same theories can be added to the list of theories for the tens of disappeared and unsolved cases we've already covered.
Like sleepwalking.
Like Yuba County 5.
Yeah.
What happened to them? The Jameson family randomly found their bones.
Yeah.
Lars Matank just disappeared into the woods.
Yeah.
The Flannan Isles lighthouse keeper. All three of them just blooped.
Yeah.
There's so many creepy cases that are similar to these ones.
Madison Scott? Oh, God.
Yeah. I actually saved 3 more missing 411 cases that I just didn't have time to add to in this episode that I plan on covering as well. Like 3 that are all similar.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, like 3 in 1, probably. But, like, people are just dis-fucking-peering, and no one knows why.
Yeah.
What is your theory?
I don't know. I don't want to think that it's a government cover-up. That feels too easy. I like the idea of, like, some sort of cryptid and or, like, mysterious being at bay. That's fun.
I hate to think that
the government already has too much power, so I don't want to give them more.
Oh, yeah.
But... yeah, and I don't want to think that an alien would do that.
Well, I would hate to think that an alien, a cryptid, or a spirit would take children.
Yeah.
That saddens
but
me.
If you gotta eat and they don't know that it's a kid, I don't know. Oh. I don't know. Or, the Matrix thing is kind of cool. Like, you just, like, blip. Yeah. Like, you just don't exist anymore.
Yeah. So another thing is that I noticed from this is that I won't say most, a really big theory in missing 411 cases is that, yes, it's Bigfoot, but also Bigfoot is paranormal, as in an alien.
Oh.
Yes, so they show, there's this, if you watch the documentary, The Missing 411 The Hunted, it's about hunters who go missing. And this one hunter is talking about, she didn't go missing, but she's talking about how she saw basically Bigfoot, except he was invisible.
What?
So it was like a weird blur in the shape of Bigfoot. But she could still, like, see the trees and shit. But it was just, like, this blurry outline of Bigfoot.
Oh, like a little blobby kind of, like, mist. Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah.
I imagine, like, jelly. Like, see-through jelly.
Yeah.
Just moving through the woods.
Yeah.
I don't love that. That's so wild.
That's a big theory.
What?
Also, since you just talked about the glitch in the Matrix, can we discuss the fucking LHC thing that just happened? The Large Hadron Collider?
Oh, yeah,
as we're recording this, it's the 6th. And yesterday, the Large Hadron Collider was turned on again.
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder, does anybody feel like we're in a different timeline? Because that would be interesting. Are we or are we not?
I don't know. I definitely had a really off day today, but I don't think that counts as being a different timeline.
Yeah. I was manifesting a good new timeline, so
yeah.
I don't know if I'm in a off one or not.
I'm good with my current timeline. I would just like to improve some aspects of it, but, beggars can't be choosers.
My issue with this timeline is the fact that our rights keep getting taken away.
Oh, yeah, that's fucked up. And then while I was at the dentist, the news was playing above me, and all sorts of more fucked up shit is happening there, too, so, yeah.
That's very true. But, again, all of that happened on 4th of July, which was the day before, so maybe we flipped over to a new timeline.
Maybe.
Let's hope.
Wild. What is your favorite theory?
I don't know. For the ones that, honestly, I really think it's people living in the hills. I don't want it to be, but The Hills Have Eyes scares the fucking shit out of me. That's like the worst movie I've ever seen.
I can't do it.
Oh my god, it's so terrifying.
I literally cannot bring myself to do it.
Yeah, and I feel like Descent, that's another one. It's the same fucking thing, except they go down into a cave into the side of a mountain. It's fucking terrifying.
Never seen that either.
Yeah, both of them. Ugh. I don't like the fact that there could be cave people. And there totally could be cave people.
Like, people live in cults in their own commune situation away from everybody else, so why can't just, like, bush people be doing it?
Yeah.
I mean, I've met several bush people.
They're totally not bush people,
because I want to.
By the way.
Well, like in the sense that, yeah. No, I know what you mean. But in, like, the sense that they just, like, live off the land. They don't give a fuck. Like, when my dad and his friends were hunting once in Prince George, they came across, like, a man just, like, sitting in the woods. Nothing. Just staring at them. Just sitting there. Like, dead staring at them. And my dad's like, we should leave.
This is what the Hills Have Eyes people look like.
Ah! No! No!
Yeah. They're, like, humanoid, but they're not okay.
They're like zombies. I don't like that.
Yeah, they're, like, not okay at all.
I'm upset about that.
Yeah. It's yucky. It scares me really bad.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, I'm still never going to see it.
Yeah, don't.
But let us know what your guys' favorite theories are, because this is a very interesting phenomenon that's just, like...
Yeah.
And, like, Sierra didn't even get into, like, the people that were, like, haunted, so, like...
Right. Yeah, the simulation theory is also one that, like, gets to me, that, like, that could totally be it. But I also refuse to believe that we live in a simulation. I believe that the universe is all connected. No one is controlling me. I'm controlling me. Fuck that.
Yeah, I've played
The
Sims.
possible.
We have more autonomy than that.
Yeah. I hope.
I'm joking.
I hope it's not all a simulation.
Yeah. Ugh. I don't like that. Yeah, if you're going to go in the woods, guys, stay safe. Stay with somebody. Have a buddy system.
Yeah.
Because are there any situations where people have been blooped or just disappeared together? I mean, yes, in general, but I mean in the 411
general, yes. In the missing 411 sense,
no.
Like unless the Yuba County 5.
2 girls in Panama that went missing in Panama.
Yeah.
That could have been a 411 situation.
It could
All that was found was their creepy folded clothes and camera.
The camera.
Yeah.
I think one of their foots was found also.
Oh, I don't like that.
Foot and
I don't
shoe.
know if I knew that part.
Yeah.
I'm out.
That's sad.
I don't like it. It is really sad. Because, like, we should just be able to enjoy life and nature without our foot being found in the woods months later. Like, God.
Yeah. It's scary, for sure.
It is scary. Friendly reminder to go and get your Birdie personal alarms. And use our code Twisted10, because why the fuck not? Oh!
Yeah. I feel like it seems like these people are lured, though. Like, I feel like they don't have control over it.
Something, like...
Because they willingly leave their friends or their group. Like something's calling to them, like, psychically or, you know, which is what makes me think aliens. Or cryptids. But I want to believe that they wouldn't do that.
Yeah, no kidding, hey?
Yeah.
I don't love it.
It's scary.
I don't love it.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Tell us your theories. We need to know them.
Yeah. You can email us at twisteduncorrect@gmail.com, or you can hit that little contact us button on our website.
Yep. Or you can just, like, DM us on Instagram or whatever.
Yeah.
That's cool, too.
Send us your thoughts, feelings, personal opinions.
Do it. Well, anyway, today is July 19th.
Yes, it is.
Today is Sarah Good's Curse Day. Check out episode 71. Today is also Lizzie Borden's birthday.
Oh.
Check out Patreon bonus episodes at the $5 level.
Yeah.
But on this day, in 2009, a black hole, or black spot, was discovered on the side of Jupiter.
What is it with you and Jupiter and Saturn? Stay away from these planets.
Let me tell you about Jupiter right now, because it's fucking insane. It is believed that some sort of comet hit the planet, and based on the size of the hole in the atmosphere, it was over 1 million times more powerful than the atomic bomb that hit Hiroshima.
Yeah, goodbye. I'm good.
But the good news is that Jupiter is a fucking beast.
No kidding.
And apparently it just keeps fixing itself.
What?
Remember that giant storm 3 times the size of Earth, the Eye of Jupiter?
How could I forget?
Apparently that gets smaller and smaller every single year and will be completely disappeared very soon. This giant hole in the atmosphere also keeps getting smaller and will soon be completely gone.
So
Jupiter
should
just
we try
keeps
and live on
rebuilding
Jupiter?
itself.
Is that the moral of the
sounds like
story?
it. Jupiter's strong as fuck. Maybe it's because humans don't live there, actually.
Yeah, because humans
aren't there to
destructive
weaken the planet.
Fucking assholes. No offense to all of us.
Yeah. That fucking Jupiter is strong as shit. That's my new hero. Okay, I love Jupiter.
Jupiter, Ruth Norman, Sarah Good. We just continue to add to our list of heroes, guys.
Yeah. We can stop calling Jupiter the place where boys go to get more stupider. Okay? Jupiter's fucking awesome.
I've never heard that before.
What?
I love
You've
elementary
never heard
school.
girls go to Mars to get more candy bars, boys go to Jupiter to get more stupider?
No, but that's my...
You're crazy.
That's amazing. I would say that should be the name of the episode, but it does not make any sense to what you've talked about this whole time. It does not make any sense. That's awesome, though. Yeah, I'm moving to Jupiter. If this planet goes tits up, I'm moving to Jupiter somehow.
Yep.
Great job. I can't wait to hear the
Thanks.
other ones that you have picked out.
I'm excited. I'll probably do them for Unsolved.
Yeah, and if you're craving more Missing 411, go back to a little throwback episode and listen to episode 21. I did 2 of the hunted ones.
Yeah.
So, gross.
Also, 100% go watch those 2 documentaries on Tubi.
Yeah.
Just type in Missing 411. Both of them will come up. The one that's called Hunted has the video of the lightsaber ghost and the paranormal Bigfoot and the creepy the moons that are moving around in the sky.
Yeah,
the creepy
one freaked me out.
noises. All that stuff is in there. It's fucking crazy. You've got to see it.
But yeah, great job. We love you guys lots. Don't forget to leave those 5-star ratings and reviews. Go check out our Patreon. Check out all of the freaking episodes that we have if you're new here. And we'll see you next Tuesday for a brand new episode. And in the meantime,
keep it twisted.
Thank you for listening to Twisted and Uncorked Podcast. Remember to leave a 5-star rating and review wherever you are listening now. It really is the best way to spread the word. You can also check out all of our sources and materials, as well as photos for the episode, on our website at twistedanduncorked.com. And you can follow us on social media at Twisted and Uncorked or Twisted_pod on Twitter. Thank you so much for all of your love and support, and we will see you next Tuesday for a brand new episode. Cheers!